Another one of One Lonely Farmer's tricks here about to happen. Sometimes you'll get a piece apart that you just can't get it where it belongs and hold it in place and put a bolt through and have the bolt actually stay where it belongs and, you know, put the nut on. It's a real pain in the ass. Well, I'm having that little experience right now. So what you do is, because this isn't really a, oh man, come on, I got more junk around here than I need. Because this is not a load-bearing, you know, a load-bearing part, and you don't need, say, a grade 8 bolt to go in there, a carriage bolt will work. You know, it's just holding a piece. It's not under a tremendous load. So what you do is, because this thing has square, round holes, and the shoulders on this bolt are square, and I just have butterfingers today because I've been throwing these things all over the place for the last half a freaking hour. Of course, now I can't find the friggin' thing. Damn it! Oh, there it is. Okay, so I found it again. All you gotta do is stick that through there, right? Boom. She ain't coming out. It is in there. So, where's the other one? I had two. God, I must be a real mental defective today. Yeah, I got another one. Okay, yeah, there it is. So yeah. Gotta get them in the right spot though. So then you take the next one, put your finger on the other one so that the vibration will knock it out. Voila! There it is. Already preset. It's in the holes. And now, if you're really a stickler, you could probably put a blob of weld on the back side of them, and that's something you could do if you do need a grade 8 or a grade 5. These are grade 2. But yeah, because they go underneath here, and they hold that, this guy right here, they hold that into place. And I'm not 100% sure what that is, but it's got to do with the power shift. So anyways, watch this. I can go like so up in there and find the spot that it belongs in. And you can see, come on. I'm gonna have to put you down. I'll show you in a minute. Alright, so you see those two bolt holes? What I'm gonna do is throw a lock washer on and a nut on them, and then I can swing it around and get that where it belongs. But that just held it in place so I could stick it up in there. Makes things a little bit easier on yourself. So you just kind of sit tight there while I do what I gotta do. Now you can see, in that minute and 29 seconds, I got two bolts on there. Now, I can maneuver this thing here around, and there's a rubber bushing on there, and now it won't fall off. Now, I've done this about 7 times already, and I now have it where it belongs so that I can tighten it up. Now, the shifter up there should be free to operate the way it's supposed to now, because they're not a slotted hole, but I'm a little worried that this is bent. So I'm gonna have Timothy come in here and he's gonna help me see if that's all working. I have a strange feeling that I threw the mount from here to here. I threw that away by accident. So I'm kind of screwed until I get a new one. Might rob one off another tractor though, I don't know. I'll find out. But anyway, no, I don't have another power shift. But anyways, yeah, so, yeah, let me put that together, finish tightening it up, and then well, as you can see, and you can see that this tractor is going together quite nicely. I got a couple of hiccups with some parts that I had purchased and didn't show up when they were supposed to, but let me stand back here a little bit. Yeah, but there it is. It's got a cab on it. The thing that I don't have is actually the bolts that go up through here to hold the cab to the front mounts. The reason I don't have those is because I didn't ship them. The reason I don't have the old ones is because when I took the old cab off, I had to actually torch them off. So both sides on the front, I don't have. The back here, they're already fastened on. So the cab is secure on the tractor. Does the tractor run? Well, I haven't started it. It's not going to start yet because I don't have the battery box on there. And I don't want to put the battery box on until I get the cabs securely mounted onto the tractor. Let's see. I got a battery, but I only have one battery because the batteries that are listed at Napa are different than the batteries that the tractor actually takes. I can't just throw a, I could, I guess, but I'm a little worried about the power shift not being where it belongs. So if I start it up and the oil pressure comes up and this thing engages, I'm going to go through the wall and won't be able to get it to stop for a couple of reasons. The brakes are now just hooked up, and I just want to test everything before it actually goes. Now, if these levers here, like this one here, that's the reversing lever. I'm not sure which position that is when it's in the proper position. And obviously I don't have that tight because I got oil squirting out of there. So I'm going to have to tighten up that. I think I got them both messed up. Those hoses are not tight on there. Those are the brakes. So let's see, what else do I have to do? Just a lot of just hooking up stuff. Like this rod's got to go up to here. This piece here, I'm going to have to buy it. So I'm going to be kind of shut down for a couple of days on working on it until I get that piece. Now, if they've got it at the used place, maybe I'll run out and grab it. But I don't know that I want to spend that much time doing that, or that much money for that matter. Of course I'll do it, what the hell, it's only fuel. So anyways, let me put that together, and yeah, it is coming along really nicely. I got my throttle linkage, that's all hooked up. This thing here is shot. I'm gonna have to either get a new one or repair that. Yeah, so I guess when I get the other pieces that I'm missing, this tractor will be up and running literally within a few hours, just a few hours, and it's ready to go. But I'm going to finish making all the electrical connections here, putting the wiring harnesses on while I'm waiting for the parts to show up. So anyways, stay tuned. She'll be running soon enough. Oh, and the tire dilemma, one new tire. This tire is good. The heat never got to it, so there's no point in me buying another one. The front tires, well, they've got 25% tread left on them, and I'm just not really, I've spent enough money on this tractor right now that I don't really want to spend any more. So I'm going to let the front tires go until I get a few more dollars put together. Yeah, but there's a lot of things I can do to it while I'm waiting for those parts. And maybe I'll just call them in tomorrow morning and overnight them here. So, yeah. But anyways, thanks for watching. And, yeah, she'll be out in the field pretty soon. And I will let you in on the trick on how to clean oily engine blocks right down to the point where the paint will stick. So, that's coming too. And it's cheaper than you think. And it works quite well. But anyways, thanks for watching. Alright, so there it is. It's a little dark looking. Here, maybe I'll brighten it up with some light. Yeah, there it is. Got the cab on. If I threw the hood on, it would look like a complete tractor almost, other than it's dirty and needs a bath. Needs to have that cowling put on there so when Tim's done screwing around with his Jeep, he can do that. But right now, all I am doing is wiring. Putting the new harnesses on, trying to find all the nice little places that they are and that they belong. I don't know what the hell this is about. Yeah, so what I'm hoping is that this cab is not too different from the tractor, the 4960. This is a 4560, which it shouldn't be any different, but I'm finding out that there's some wiring harnesses here that just aren't going my way. But anyway, yeah, so that's all I'm really doing is connecting and putting wiring harnesses on. I've got this harness here that's the last one that I have to put on that I know of, and What is this? That's compressor clutch, which is only a single wire. Injection pump. I know where all this stuff goes. So all this has to go in here and along the edge of, well, behind the engine, and then I think I'm going to route it over the top, to be honest with you, just because it'd be easier than along the side. I think. So anyways, that's what I'm doing. Just going to stuff this through here. Here's the other side of it. I got that fender, by the way, and I have to replace that window. But this harness goes through the firewall here and gets plugged into that right there. So anyway, there you go. Yeah, you want to watch? We'll do some. You can watch. I'm just hoping. Well, unfortunately, I have to look back on the archives of the pictures that I have on here to figure out where I got to put these things. I'm pretty certain that the white one is alone and the orange one goes to the orange, to the red. But I'm not 100% sure, so I got to look back on my photographs. So stay tuned.